It's time to come back with me. Back where, you ask? Back to the future. I tell you, one of the best things about going to California that many times is being able to see all of the locations I've seen from Back to the Future. Without a doubt, my all-time favorite movie trilogy. There's not even one that comes close. I've watched all three of those movies so many times, and there's only one thing left that I actually want to see. Well, actually, there's a bunch of things left that I actually want to see, but there's one big thing left that I want to see, and it's not in California. I'm gonna have to go to Florida to see it. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get there and see it. But up first, we have, now this was the first place I went when I got to California the very first time. You may recognize it as Doc Brown's house from the Back to the Future movie series. In real life, it's in Pasadena, California, and it is the Gamble House. It was built in 1908 and 1909 as a home for David B. Gamble. Today, it's a National Historic Landmark and a museum, so you can actually go inside of it from time to time. There's different stories of whether they actually used the inside for shooting or not. A lot of people say no, and a lot of people say yes. They actually did a tour of it a couple of years ago for the anniversary of the Back to the Future movies. Most people think there was no filming actually done inside of it, but when they gave that tour, there's a video on YouTube about it, the guy said yes, so who knows? I don't really know if they did or they didn't, depends on who you asked, but they definitely used the outside of it. This is like here, Doc Brown's garage is here, the outside of the house. I spent so much time just walking around the grounds, checking this place out. It was absolutely amazing to me. I was probably there for an hour or more, just walking around, looking at just taking it all in. This was the first thing I saw when I got to California. I went there immediately. Such a cool experience for me to be able to see this in person. Up next, we have Mr. Strickland's house from Back to the Future 2. Now, this is located in Whittier, California. It was actually fairly close to the high school that they use as Hill Valley High, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I'm remembering it being fairly close to that. So this is another one of those locations. Now, if you have a look at this building, it doesn't have any windows. It's essentially all boarded up, all beat up. Like I said in another one of my videos, the American Pie one, I wonder if the studios own this and just use it as a place when they need to shoot stuff. Now, there is a car parked in the driveway and a car parked out front, so maybe somebody does live there. I really don't know. There was somebody in the back that was cutting, sounded like they were cutting steel or metal or something, so maybe somebody does live there, but the windows appear to be all boarded up. They were all covered and everything, as you see here. There's bars on the door, so I don't know if anybody, like I said, I don't know if anybody lives there or not, but it was so cool seeing this. This was the house that they used Back to the Future 2 in the alternate 1985 when Marty sat on the stoop, read the newspaper, and Strickland came out with a shotgun, and then the car full of guys came by and shot him up, and then Marty ran off. That's the place where this happened. And this is where Marty's 2015 home in Hilldale would have been. Now, it's a gated community. The gates were closed, so I couldn't get into Hilldale to see his house. A car did go in just ahead of me, and I was going to follow it, but I didn't want to trespass. I didn't want to get in trouble. There's enough signs up there to make me not do that. But that's where that was. This would be 2015 Hilldale, and that is located in, I believe that was located in El Monte, California, and it's a gated community, like I said, so you can't really get in there and look around. I know some people have. I did not. And this would be Biff's house. Biff's grandmother's house, sorry, from 1955. Biff walked out took some kid's ball a couple houses down and then threw it up over the top. But this is where Biff lived with his grandmother in 1955. Such a cool looking house. It kind of looks like the roof of the house opens up a little bit. I don't really know what that is. It's kind of cool. But this is Biff Tannen's house, Biff Tannen's grandmother's house from 1955. Up next, we have the Baines residence from 1955. The Baines residence is also in South Pasadena, California, and it is actually just down the street from the location which you're going to see next, which is the McFly residence. But this is the location they used as the Baines residence, and like I just said, the next location is the McFly residence, again South Pasadena, on the same street, just a couple houses down. This is the location they used for the McFly family in 1955. They are right down the street from each other, so they didn't have to go far when they were shooting that. And here we have another iconic high school. This is Whittier High, better known as Hill Valley High for all you Back to the Future fans out there watching this video. Again, it is in Whittier, California, and this is where Marty and Jennifer went to school, where Mr. Strickland was the principal of the school. I didn't go inside, obviously. There were some students there. I'm from Canada, and the United States, or at least in California, go back to school a couple of weeks early before we do here. So when I'm always there, when I'm visiting these schools, most of the time the school's actually in session. So I don't push my luck. I don't try to go into the buildings or anything like that. I just stay outside. No one's ever said anything to me about it, so I just walk around the campus and have a look. But this is Hill Valley High, Whittier High, where Marty McFly and Jennifer went to school. And Biff, of course. Biff went there too. Big bad Biff. And now we reach the mall, where the first time travel took place, where Marty went back to 1955. This is Twin Pines Mall. It is in real life. It is called, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but it is P-U-E-N-T-E Hills Mall. Putney Hills Mall? I don't know. I apologize that I don't know how to say that. And it is located in City of Industry, California. And the cool thing is, like you just saw in that video, when I pointed the camera at the ground, there's a mark that going through the parking lot where it looks like it might have been one of the fire trails from when the car went into the 1 minute into the future, to be exact. So that was kind of cool. I don't actually know what it really is, but I made sure to get that on film. I think it's the fire truck. Like, what else could it possibly be? And it's been there for all this time. How cool is that? Being here was such a treat for me. I like I said before, I love these movies so much, and being able to see these locations was so cool. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. I got goosebumps sitting here just talking to you guys about it right now. But this was Twin Pines Mall, Lone Pine Mall when they came back. Real name is Putney Hills Mall or something like that. So cool being able to see this place. Here we go. Marty McFly's house, the same location that they used in all of the movies. That must be those dumpsters, those green bins must be where Doc got his fuel when he crashed into them and loaded up the DeLorean with fuel so that they could go into the future, into 2015. But this is Marty McFly's residence, and that is located Pacoima, California, P-A-C-I-M-A. It's a private home. Somebody does live there. You can tell somebody lives in this house. But how cool is it standing right here outside Marty McFly's house from the Back to the Future movies? And here is where Doc Brown would have landed, and they would have took off and shot into the sky, and Biff would have came outside and said, flying DeLorean? I haven't seen one of those in 30 years. And this location here is where Doc Brown's garage or his shop anyway, would have been in the very first Back to the Future movie, where Marty went inside and plugged in the amplifier and the speaker blew and he came out and he attached his, he grabbed the back of the truck, like the truck that you'll see in this video, but going the other way, and they went past the Burger King. And this is located in Burbank, California. And that's where Marty, like I said, that's where Marty hooked onto the back of the truck and ended up at school. So yeah, I'm going to end off here with a bunch of pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this Back to the Future filming location video. One of my absolute favorite things I've done when I've been in California is go see all these Back to the Future spots. There's a lot of pictures here you'll see of the DeLorean at Universal Studios and a couple of the cars and stuff like that when you take the Universal tour ride. But man, seeing all this stuff was a real treat for me. Without a doubt, one of, if not my favorite things I've done is see all these Back to the Future location spots. If you guys like this video, let me know. Leave some comments below. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/newscott or newscott.com. Both will get you here. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks for your support, and I will see all you guys again really soon in the future. Later, guys.